Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, my bad. Hey, boo. I was taking a sip.
Caught you mid sipping shit.
For sure.
What's up? I'm tired as a bitch, but I mean, I'm here. I made
How was
it.
your weekend?
It was lit because I got to see you.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm
the
no.
feeling not mutual. You
I'm
like,
not
yeah.
saying that. No, it's just every time I see you, I'm always tired for like 2 days afterwards.
Bitch, don't act like I'm draining. People like, oh, Dice draining as fuck.
No, that's not what I mean. It's just always like, why are we on 10? No, well, I can't even put that on you this weekend, actually.
See?
I was on 10 for no reason.
Look, I was gone. Oh, yeah. Anyway, listeners, Super Bowl Sunday I didn't get really lit. Well, towards the end I did because I was trying to catch up because I missed the first half of the Super Bowl because my daughter had practice. But yeah, y'all, Shay was in red form. She was getting the party started. She was the party starter. I came in
I was
there.
the shit starter. That's what I was.
Yes, indeed. Going the fuck in on everybody. Everybody was like, hey, Dice, your friend? I was like, she's good. She's all right. She's just having fun. Just enjoying
You
her
apologized on my behalf to somebody, and I was just in my own world like, man, fuck these people. Whole time I only come there like twice a year, and I'm showing my ass.
every damn time.
I gotta relax.
But it was fun. And the day before, we drank for no apparent reason. Listeners, we literally drank a bunch of tequila. That's it. Not our usual Henny or Jameson or Jack. None of that. We were on tequila. And we drank a lot. We took multiple shots right before bed. Yeah, and surprisingly, we both woke up the next morning.
I felt amazing.
Fine. I did not know that's the new move, but honey, it will be the new move. Because not even a piece of dragging or feeling like, oh gosh, like not even necessarily a hangover, but just like that feeling like I drank a lot last night. I didn't even, excuse me, Lord, I didn't even feel that. So,
which is how I felt when I woke up on Monday. When I woke up on Monday, I was just like, bitch, you gotta stop doing this.
My dumb ass was mixing. I had some of that Patron punch, some Jameson, then Cavassier. Like, it was just a whole bunch of Hennessy, a whole bunch of everything with Hennessy gummies. It was just a lot going on at the Super Bowl party, but
I too had all of that. I had some wine too, and
what?
I had the little, and I had some of the 1800 like mixed margarita thing.
Lord, you was drinking everything.
Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't drink was Jack. Oh, well, I'm talking about the brown things.
Yeah.
Pause. But of everything else, you know, our good friend, Coffee, I took a picture of just like the little screen set up, because for the listeners, there's like multiple screens in the basement where we were at. And I don't know, he said something like true, but in my mind I'm thinking, I mean, you knew Dice was gonna be there, like it's a every Sunday thing. I don't understand.
Oh, maybe he was saying because he ain't know you was in town.
I mean,
he won't be listening, so he won't do this.
That's a fact. But no, I'm in town most of the time when I'm in town, he doesn't know about it.
That's
What's
true.
new?
That's definitely true.
Yeah. I saw my in-laws this weekend.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yay.
Yay. Period.
I'll be
Then,
back to see my in-laws again this upcoming weekend.
yay.
Yay.
Yeah, how excited she is, you guys. She loves them.
I saw my grandmother
How was
in the
that?
hospital.
Emotional.
It just sucks. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was just trash. Like,
Yeah. Sad shit. Well, hey, listeners.
yeah. Hey,
What
what's
she's
up,
about to
y'all?
say?
No, that was it.
That was our weekend. Hope y'all had a very good weekend. We are happy that you guys made it through the weekend to hear our voices for another week. This week we are on episode 69. Some nasty shit. Say no, just
Are
right, but
we?
yeah.
I would have never said let's talk about what we're talking about today. Then I definitely would have made it about sex. What is happening?
Yeah, you missed the alley oop. Okay.
We're gonna have a do-over.
On 70.
Yep. 69 plus 1. If you want to have extra fun.
Oh, next
Don't y'all
episode. Tune in.
definitely talking about sex. What is happening?
We're definitely on episode 69. But this week we're gonna talk about
A
toxic.
myth.
Yeah, this myth about toxic, whatever you want to call them, females, bitches, joints, women, whatever you want
Ma'am.
to call
Toxic
them.
women.
Because I can't say females,
Nope.
so
Nope. Nope.
those
Nope.
are the opposite of the male gender.
So
Yeah.
I've been hearing dudes really pumping this little phrase out, toxic femininity. And I want y'all to get y'all lives. Don't deflect from y'all toxicness and try.
Right, your toxic masculinity, and now you're trying to switch it over. But can women actually be toxic? Because I seen some memes on Instagram when I was looking through, and it was like one saying like toxic women destroy good men, but we can barely talk about that. I was like, oh,
Well, are they good men? Because a lot. I don't want to make this about the men because we bash the men. It is about the women. But
mm-hmm.
a lot of the guys that think they're good guys are not good guys.
Right.
Like they have the basic like qualities an adult fucking person should have, and so then they think that you're supposed to like suck their dick and kiss their ass every day, and that's another topic for another day. So
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. But yeah, like I mean, what is this? Where is this whole wave of women are toxic as fuck coming from?
Well, I want to say first of all, the whole phrase, even for like the men, when you say that someone is toxic, is basically, from my understanding, because we call everything toxic, but the real definition of toxic masculinity is basically men that are feeding into the stereotype of like what a man should be in a negative way. So like men that are like ultra violent because ooh, look at me, I'm a man type of thing. Like those kinds of things, or like so when I think of women and
toxic femininity, then what the fuck is that? A bitch that's cooking too much? Like what the fuck? What is it supposed to be?
man, I have a hold up, let me pull it up in my email. So basically, it's not as simple. It's feeding into the female stereotypes, but in a negative way, I would say. So like, let me find this one
Yeah,
meme.
tell me what you found, because I found like what the characteristics of a toxic woman is. So I want to see if what I looked up is similar to like what you have, because
So the
I'm
one tweet
confused.
that I found that I was actually like, ooh, okay. It says a lot of ladies can get away with being horrible partners in a relationship because our toxicity is usually masked as emotional expression when it's really just destructive behavior, poor social and communication skills, coupled with an inability to compromise. And I was like, okay, bitch, will read us.
Right, go the fuck in there.
So I think that could be toxic. Like, I definitely think Some of what I read sounded more like a pick me.
Mm-hmm.
What I think it is basically just your using your gender to benefit from something in a destructive way. For instance, if I go out here and I smack a nigga in the face, but then I expect him not to hit me back,
Because I'm
like,
a girl.
exactly, like
Yeah.
that's toxic.
Right.
So I could agree with that. And then I know compromise was a word that came up a lot this past weekend for me. So I think that's why that last sentence stung a little bit, because a bitch don't like to compromise. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I fucking don't want to compromise because honestly, I feel like I give enough. God damn it. Neither here nor there. Um, Somebody else, another tweet says toxic femininity includes, but is not limited to, body shaming, slut shaming, gold digging, assaulting men, then using the woman card to avoid repercussions, valuing your physical appearance over everything else, being catty towards other women, using your period as an excuse for being abusive, lying about being on birth control to trap a man,
Jesus.
Coercing a man into being intimate because men should always want it, and judge favoring women in custody battles. I don't agree with most of these. I agree with the assaulting men then using a woman card. I agree with, to an extent, using your period as an excuse for being abusive. And when I say I agree, I'm not saying like, oh, it's okay to go smack a nigga in the face.
Right.
But it doesn't. Although, bitches, I definitely have cramps, and the pain is real.
PMS is for real.
It is a real thing. It doesn't give you the right to be like verbally abusive.
But a bitch might black out and smack somebody.
I mean, yeah, maybe. But at this point, like, I don't have my period for over 20 years now. So, like, at this point, it should be managed better.
More. Yeah.
So that I could understand. Definitely lying about being on birth control to trap a nigga. Like,
That's
yikes.
just trash.
What are we doing?
Right. That list is actually really similar to a lot of the stuff that I saw when I like looked up toxic women and the characteristics of toxic women. Mm-hmm. So on this website, so a lot of the stuff that you said. So they had being a gold digger, judgmental, selfish, where her way is the highway, being completely negative about everything, being controlling, complaining. She complains all the time. Desperate, where she doesn't do things necessarily to please you in a relationship. They just do it just to keep you. A drama queen, making a big deal out of everything. A pathological liar. The victim that uses manipulation to make them the victim in every situation, and then being extremely insecure, always having that constant need to be reassured, yeah, whatever.
And one of that's those why words. Some of those things I'm like, because why is she insecure? Is there a reason?
Right.
But so I could understand it being toxic for like
a relationship, but like, how does that make the woman toxic?
No, well, I was going to say, I feel like it's toxic for me. Like, if I have trust issues, not because of the person that I'm with, but because of my past, and I bring that into a new relationship, then that's toxic on my part, because I should have dealt with those issues before I got into something. Yeah. So I could see that, but that's why I'm like, oh, well, why is she insecure? Because if it's like
your current situation, then you might be the toxic one.
Did you watch last week's Black and Crew?
No.
Damn. But you are familiar with Ashley and Dom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think both of them motherfuckers is toxic for each other. And
her coming to the club
like
was extra as fuck. He was like, the fact that he even said the word wingman, and she did all of that to be like, what do you mean? Like, you're married? Like, no, just like basically like, yeah, you should go ahead. Like, just like, they single, so that's a good one. Who are you to be like, this is a good one? I'm like, oh my gosh, are you really? Is it? I mean, I get it, because in the past he has cheated on her.
He's done a lot, but
why stay then?
Well, Listen, me and JT were watching it, and I was like, I just want them to break up so I never have to hear this shit again. This is ridiculous because every season, with the exception of maybe this one, the last one, he done cheated on her and she done stayed. So I don't want to keep hearing her complain about it.
So what did he do in this episode then?
In this,
I mean, you could tell me because I mean I'm gonna watch it, but you could tell me.
No, in this episode, I understand where she's coming from, but I felt like she was wrong. Like basically what he was saying is they could be arguing about soap and she will bring up the past. And it's like he feels like anytime they have a disagreement, he's always being punished for that. For
so
cheating.
How can he ever do better if he keeps I get it.
And so I feel her because that takes a long time. And even you could say out of your mouth, I forgive you, but it comes up in those ways. It comes up when you're arguing about stupid shit because when you're not really all the way healed from that.
Right.
But I understood where he was coming from. Like, my nigga, like,
what else do I gotta do?
If we're going to be together, we have to find a way to get beyond this because we should be able to have simple disagreements without it becoming, well, you cheated on me, so you basically should be doing everything I say to make me feel secure. Like, no,
that's like, what are you supposed to be, a slave master? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, it's not healthy for him to not be able to go out with his friends.
Right. You know I mean, and it's on fucking camera, my G. So if you was hip, you could just be like, all right, if I find out anything went down, then I would know. Like, dog, like y'all film everything. You knew they was going to be at the club on camera. Like, chill. And you got to come and be extra and bring your girls just so you can be in the same club. Like, to see what he doing. Wildin'.
So with that situation, sometimes I feel like maybe her behavior is because of the things he did, but I just have this like gut feeling that she probably would have been extra anyway because she just seems like that type. Like she quit her job a couple of seasons ago and was like, because I want you to take care of me, you should take care of me.
Bitch, what?
And he was like, I mean, I want to take care of you, but I'm not there yet.
Right. Everybody know in the beginning, them Black Ink Crew people don't be making no damn money. The only people making money right now making money was Ryan because he owned a damn shop.
But then not just that, like not only did she want to quit her job, but then she wanted him to put her in like this. I remember they went to go look at some fucking townhouse. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, y'all not getting that. VH1 is not giving y'all that kind of money. Y'all need to relax. So I don't feel like that's toxic. I mean, I guess maybe it could be like to have those expectations
without discussing anything. Like, I'm just quitting my job and like, nigga, take care of me. Like, what are you talking about? Because please know, we would fry a dude if he quit his damn job and was like, you know what?
Right.
Take care of me. Like, nigga, get the fuck out. Like, what are you talking about?
But her thing was, well, you know, the man is supposed to take care of the woman. And so, yeah, then that is toxic because if a nigga felt like I was supposed to cook him dinner every day because he felt like that's what a woman is supposed to do, I would tell him to suck my dick. We got a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that, you need to know who the fuck you enter in a relationship and what the expectations are because like you just need to know. Like, I'm not fucking doing all that dumb shit that they was doing in the fucking 60s. Like, be blessed. What are you talking about?
So there's like an organization that I guess is against toxic female behavior. That's what it says. Not my words, y'all. I don't use the word female. Females. They're called the Oxford Men's Rights Action Group. And they're mad.
They big mad. That name sound like they about to be mad.
I have to read the bottom of this before I get into what they call, whatever they call. But it says, tolerance of the behaviors at the bottom supports or excuses those higher up. To change outcomes, we must change the culture. If you see something, say something. Start the conversation today. Nigga.
Are these hoteps? Because this fucking sounds like some shit. Save our Black men from these Black women. They're crazy. Like,
I was like, is this a PSA against toxic female? Because, nigga, what is going on? So at the bottom,
foundation.
They're saying if you normalize these things, sharing intimate details with friends, playing victim, using tears, being a gold digger, overt sexual signaling, don't know what that means, explicit profile pics, don't know what that means, objectifying male physique, fuck y'all, stop wearing sweatpants,
Okay.
disrespecting men, princess mentality, and bitchiness and avoiding accountability. That could lead to grab, grope, grab, grind, I guess a dick, I don't know, false allegations, alienation, paternity fraud, pregnancy entrapment, provoking violence, abortion, and coerce for sex. And
so once again, we're saying that if someone says no, but it gets taken, it's the female's fault because they did these other things, like on that list. Like I'm so confused. So you're saying like if you do any of those actions, the list for the females, that could lead to groping, grabbing,
but by the women.
by the
So
women to the men, not the men to the women.
right. So
Oh
if
my
the
God.
women are normalizing those types of behaviors at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
it could lead to them doing those things at the top of this triangle. Like,
Groping guys and grabbing guys. And what was the other
yes.
one?
Um
Groping, grabbing,
grope, grab, grind.
and grinding on guys. Y'all niggas wish. Get the fuck out of here.
I
Y'all,
was like,
y'all wish that would be a great night for y'all. Get the fuck out of here.
so they said that's a trait. Right
Oxford
there, what you
guys.
just said.
I mean, I know I'm toxic.
Assume,
Get the
ma'am.
fuck out of here.
Assuming that a man is just supposed to like that type of behavior because he's a man. That's a toxic trait.
Oh, okay.
That's all you got.
I said what I said. Toxic dice. TD.
I'm trying to. How is abortion a toxic female trait?
I mean, if it's used as a form of birth control, like
I mean, but it takes two people to get pregnant.
it do, but maybe them abortions by all different niggas. Maybe it ain't the same nigga.
Listen,
If you'd have had 40 abortions,
not 40. Relax.
and you 45, you may be a
Relax.
tad toxic.
I don't know, guys. I, I,
We should have had some men on here because I need explanations because I don't get it. I think that there are a subset of men that are upset about the whole toxic masculinity thing, and there are probably a lot of toxic masculine men in there. But they're upset, and so they're like, you know what? Fuck that. You know, they toxic as fuck too. So like, let's build a coalition against these bitches and let them know, like, no. And they're making up shit to, I don't know, like it's kind of like in defense to be like, okay, well, you say this is toxic masculinity. Well, let me tell you what the fuck toxic femininity. These words are gonna kill
I know,
me.
right?
Toxic femininity is like, it's just, I don't know, because a lot of that shit doesn't make sense. That it makes sense that isn't good things to do, or maybe it's annoying things to put up with, but I don't see how it equates to toxic femininity, if that makes sense. I don't see how it equates as being toxic. But I feel like, once again, toxic is a word that's overused. Like, I feel like they say toxic about every fucking thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think all those things are toxic. I think
Yeah.
it's just when you use those expected gender roles to try to get your way in a way that may not be the right way.
Right.
Like if I say, oh, I'm not having sex with you until I get a diamond ring. Like, that's toxic.
Yeah, it's toxic as fuck.
But I'm sure there are women that use sex as a punishment. Well, the refusal of sex as like a punishment. And that's trash.
Yeah.
Because then if you turn around and do that and that man steps out, then they could, I'm only using the terms that I saw. This is going to kill me to say. But then the woman can turn around and play victim, even though I think that's an excuse. But I know that's what a man would say.
Right.
And they would say that that's toxic.
Annoying. So look.
No. You're like, no.
Moving on.
You didn't have nothing for that?
Nope. I'm toxic, bro. Like, to the definition, not all of this stuff, because obviously I'm not a gold digger. Like, I'm not into that, like, at all. I don't think, yeah, I'll be judging. I'm trying to think. I don't think that I'm negative. I don't think I am. Um, some of them, but some of those things I personally don't think that it equates to being toxic. I think these are just things that men are throwing in a barrel that they don't like about females and labeling it as toxic.
So
Like,
which characteristics specifically do you think are not toxic or just niggas complaining?
I don't think that let me see. The insecure thing, because I can't remember everything on your list, but I have like this list here. So, being insecure, like we discussed before, because you really don't know where those issues stem from, and it may not be her actually like being intentionally like I'm being toxic. It could just be like some shit she's going through, and maybe she just needs to take time to get herself together before she ventures on into a new relationship. So I don't think the insecure thing is and then I feel like a lot of this stuff is subjective, because like the man could just be like, okay, well, you're playing victim and you're being manipulative, but whole time, like, she might really be the victim of your verbal or emotional abuse, and you just don't realize you're an abusive motherfucker. So, I
I
mean,
do agree. Some of those things are very subjective because what one person may consider being manipulative, another nigga might be like, "No, I get it."
right. Like the whole drama queen thing, like making a big deal out of everything. One person might say, well, okay, well, that's toxic as shit. But another person be like, oh, I ain't paying that shit no mind. Like, get the fuck out of here. So, like, it depends on the person. Like, it really does. But
Do we give men that same grace though when we're calling them toxic?
I think so. I know I do. I can speak for me. I do. Like,
Oh.
I don't think a lot of this extra shit that they say is, I'm not gonna say extra because a lot of it applies, but I don't think a I don't think everything that they say is toxic masculinity, or like how they like, because we don't really hear specific characteristics, but like when they label someone like, oh, he has toxic masculinity, like I don't feel like I agree all the time.
Okay.
Like, for example, like I see on Twitter and Instagram a lot that they always say that Maul from the Joe Budden podcast like is like has a lot of toxic masculinity because of how he responds and stuff that he says to certain subjects and stuff. But like some of the stuff I be with him, I be like, I mean, fuck it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but I think like I'm about to sound like a pick me. I'm a different kind of girl. But but I just like sometimes I agree with that shit. So I don't necessarily feel like all the shit that he says is like coming from no toxic masculinity. It's just like, I don't know.
I, for the most part, I don't really feed into all that, but sometimes I feel like I kind of agree with like Joe on like when is Maul going to be like. Have you never been vulnerable? You never, because Maul be saying some shit like he never experienced like shit that's to me is like,
Basic.
how old are you, nigga? Like you
Right.
38 and you never experienced that ever in your life. Like sometimes I just be like, nah. Like I get I get why some people could
A
say that
nigga from
about
the
him.
block. He ain't loving these hoes. He from
But
the
then
block.
and so that's what but that is in a way toxic. How do I explain it? Because I know people that are like Maul that just like they never connected with anybody on
On an
that
emotional
level,
level. Yeah.
so they probably haven't experienced those things. But
But would that
isn't
be toxic? Or it's just that's their experience? That they've never experienced that before. So like how can you force someone to have like to have experiences or feelings that they've never had before?
right?
And granted that could tie back to something in his past or something he's went through or seen growing up or whatever, which I'm sure, but like does that make him toxic just because he's never experienced it or had that or ran into a female that he's
Woman.
connected with like that? Woman, female, bitch, joint, hoe. whatever joints.
That's why, I mean, I don't, it just seems,
It's extra sometimes.
it's for sure it's extra, but then sometimes I really get it because I'm just like, the men that I know personally that have that mom mentality, knowing them personally, they are toxic. Because if it doesn't fit into their mold of what a man should be or what a man should do, it's not like, no, that's not for me. It's just like,
Are
nigga,
they
you got me
pussy?
fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Pastor Troy. Like, like his little rant on Twitter when he's mad at two niggas kissing and eating mozzarella sticks. Like, relax, guy. It's okay. Nobody's saying that you have to do that.
Right.
But you're mad at them for living their lives.
Right. Very big mad.
Yeah. Like, so that's why I'm kind of on the fence. I definitely can understand a dude having a mentality like Maul, but my question would be like, what is that rooted in? Just because
Right.
I know niggas, and usually when
It's
they,
gonna be from something.
yeah,
Whether it's trauma or lack of love, like
right,
something. Like not, and I mean like not lack of love from chicks in the street,
but
like
like your
your
family.
family. Yeah.
So that's where I kind of am like, oh, on the fence, but I
Right.
don't know that nigga story, so
Yeah, I definitely don't know his background.
yeah. So what? Okay. Do you think that women are manipulative?
We can't be.
Would you
I,
consider that a toxic trait?
depends on what you are using it for. It could be, but I feel like we can be manipulative. I feel like I've been manipulative at times to get something that I wanted or to have a specific outcome, and I may have manipulated things to get my way, but I wouldn't say that situation was being toxic because it didn't negatively impact anyone else.
Right.
I just swindled your ass. So,
Man. When you put it like that, it sounds a little toxic. My nigga. Sorry, you just got swindled. Like, no.
be blessed.
I've definitely been hella manipulative before. And, you know, no regrets, gonna be honest. So, that's probably toxic. But I can admit that.
I feel like it's not toxic because we able to admit it.
That's how I feel. Like,
That's what I'm on. First step is admitting.
but Future be admitting his shit to him, and we be killing him.
He admits that he's a hoe and like treating these motherfuckers any kind of way.
Yeah, you ain't heard none of his mixtapes. That's all they be
I'm
about.
not in the Future hive. I don't be listening to his shit.
I'm
If
not
ain't in a
either.
feature on somebody else shit, I don't hear him. His auto tune rapping, singing.
Yeah, all he do is talk about how he a hoe, and like bitches just need to get with the program. It is what it
And
is.
they do. Because he don't have a shortage of bitches, so I guess they just with the shits. They probably
Um,
all think they the one that's going to change them. You be like, nah, did you not listen to my music?
do you play victim?
No, I don't. I don't like
Would
that.
would
Even
other
when I'm actually a victim, I don't play the victim. So like, I don't like that shit. Like, I
would
just,
other people agree?
I don't know. Would you agree?
Well, I'm not. Like, I don't know. I'm not. We're just
Bitch, you put me
friends.
on the spot.
No, because I'm just like, I don't see how you would be playing the victim with me because we friends. So
Oh,
I
you
don't
mean like
know.
in a relationship? Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
like in general. Like, but no, I don't feel like I play the victim. Like anytime, I mean, I'm the type of person that holds shit in and be like, I'll just deal with it, like whatever, I'll get over it type shit until I like fucking explode. Like, so I don't think that I've ever played victim before. Like where I'm just like, oh, woe is me. Like, why are you doing this to me? Poor little me. Like, I've just never been that I can recall. So if anybody out there knows anything about my past where I have, please let me know because that would be an eye opener. But I don't think
I
I've
was
ever
told
played victim.
I played victim,
Really?
but yeah, but I have rebuttals and receipts. Like,
Yeah.
nah, nigga, I'm on 10 because of exhibits A through F. Like, you got me fucked up. I actually am a victim. I'm just a pissed off one. I don't know what to
Right.
tell you.
Just I handle my victimization a lot different.
I feel like we should have had a dude on here because I really
Know their perspective.
yeah, because I'm like, even with the ones that I'm like, yeah, that's toxic behavior. In my mind, I could think of situations where, like, nigga, what did you think?
Maybe we need a part 2. Bring on some joints, some male joints.
Not Duncan. Nope, 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 no, nope, nope. Mm-mm.
Coffee. Hey Duncan, I know you listening.
Coffee may be a little bit more level-headed to have
How
that
about
discussion.
JT and B-Dub?
Oh,
They would be
for,
perfect
for the
people.
Valentine's Day special episode?
I mean, love. What better way to show love than to argue and tell your woman that you're toxic? I mean, what the fuck?
I don't feel like they would be honest.
They probably would. You're right, especially on this platform.
Yeah.
You're amazing. What do you mean I love you? The love of my life.
They gotta sleep with us once we finish recording. They're not gonna be honest with us.
One eye open, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So let me stop because that sounds toxic. That is like the new, like, I feel like we had a conversation about this. Like, it's always like a new buzz phrase or like a buzzword that everybody's using, energy and all this other shit. And now it's like toxic. Oh, that's so toxic.
Oh no, toxic is canceled for me.
Dog,
Everything is not canceled. I mean, everything's not toxic.
Yeah, it's not. Like, it's some stuff that y'all say is toxic isn't really not. Like, it's just like something you don't like. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, oh my
Maybe
gosh.
we
Like,
should do a poll on our stories. Like, ask some questions about how dudes feel about the
and
time.
then we can report back on our part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna cut this short.
Fuck y'all niggas though.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Toxic.
They probably like that toxic mascot, City Girls.
They probably like y'all the toxic podcast, toxic patties and shit.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I already told y'all I'm never
Fight
wrong, so
invite me. Can't whip me.
All right. Moving
I'm
on.
I'm done.
So TV and tea. What you got?
I got nothing.
So listen, I was really looking for like some spicy things that happened, and
Nothing
that I.
Niggas are still sad about Kobe. We don't give a fuck about nothing that's going on right now.
But I mean, some people, there are some people that keep showing up on the Shade Room, but I don't know who they are. So it's some guy, Gervonta or something.
Oh, the boxer.
Whatever. He yanked up his baby mama while she was out.
And it was somewhere on film. But apparently, like, this ain't the first time that he didn't put hands on her. But I think, like, because it's on video and stuff, like, he actually, like, getting the fuck up out of there. But, like, I think he's been in the news in the past about, like, some domestic shit. So this ain't his first merry-go-round, but I guess now his ass is in the clanker.
But I don't know who he is. So that's my issue. Because
he's a boxer. Is he from Baltimore? I'm not going to get the lying. I honestly don't know where he's from. I want to say Baltimore, but I could be lying. But he's a boxer. And I think the only reason why I knew who he was because the last time he was in the news for some wild shit. Because I think him and his girlfriend broke up. And, like, they was having, like, internet arguments and shit. And everybody was posting that shit of them going back and forth. And she was going to fuck off because I guess he cheated on her. It was, like, a whole bunch of shit. And I was like, who is this? And I was like, oh, the boxer dude. He actually had a fight, I think, like, last year. But yeah, he's a boxer. But he's the fuck about it there.
Well, I saw something about him.
Ain't nobody gonna fuck with him in jail, though. He gonna two-piece them niggas. Nigga got hands.
Let me see. I feel like that's it. What else happened?
Nothing. So look.
Oh, okay.
I'm going on a whole nother thing. You know my memory. I gotta say it before I forget. So a bitch was sitting here randomly because I have random thoughts sometimes, like little nice fun fact about dice. And sometimes I think about random questions and I'm like, I wonder. Anyway, I was just like, yo, nobody's fucking talking about Australia anymore. Like, is them niggas all right? Like, Are they still burning? Like, and like not trying to be funny, but I'm just like, yo, it was like not a national thing, but it was a worldwide thing. Like their whole little shit is about to fucking like burn up. Like the animals are dying. Like it's fucking crazy. So I was just like, just like the internet, like everybody was so into it for a week, and like we didn't even hear about the shit no more. Like, are the fires out? Like, are they rebuilding? Like, what's going on? And so I casually did a search. Do you know that fucking fire was caused by a fucking beekeeper? Like a beekeeper that like they use like smokers and stuff. Like I don't know how familiar you are, but like it's like a little smoke thing to like kind of sedate the bees so they won't be all wild and stinging. Like so they use a smoker. Apparently, the beekeeper, their smoker set a fire in like a little field or something, like where the bees and stuff were, where it was like really dry grass. Nigga, your smoker caused the whole fucking Australia to be on fire, my nigga. Like, what kind? My nigga, when I read that, my mind was just blown. Like, for some reason, I don't know. I thought it was caused by something way bigger than that. But like, my nigga, a beekeeper, he or she, because I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but like, y'all need to get the fuck up out of here. Like, you need to take their citizenship to Australia and just get them the fuck up out of here. That's crazy. You killing all the kangaroos and koalas and shit. Like, bruh, wow. Super random, but it went across my mind because, like I said, I'm random and I just wanted to know what the fuck was going on. But yeah.
I know my gym they're still doing like, oh, come to this class and pay such and such dollars, and it goes towards the Australian relief. So as far as are people still talking about it, I know Orange Theory at the very least is still
yeah, because
doing
either
stuff.
way, they need money to rebuild. Like, even if the fires are completely out, like it's gonna take a shit ton of money to like rebuild everything. And like I don't even know what the final count was for like all the animals that died, but it's like, damn, like it's sad. It's really fucking sad.
So I have a question.
Okay.
How do you maintain no contact with someone you cut off? And I ask this because there's so many different ways people can get in contact with you. So I don't go on LinkedIn anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
However, I happen to go on there, and someone that I had blocked on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter motherfucking sent me a
A LinkedIn.
goddamn girl. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, how are niggas really getting rid of niggas in 2020? Because this is ridiculous.
Nigga, ignoring them. That's my best way. Like, all of my social media is private, so like unless I grant you access, like you're not fucking seeing it unless you friends with somebody that has access. You're not like going to see my shit. I stopped going on LinkedIn because you can't even be a creep on LinkedIn. Like they
That's a
tell
fact.
niggas as soon as you look at their fucking resume and profile, like, hey, Dice was checking out your resume. She might want to hit her up. She wants to like, no, nigga, I was just looking to see what the fuck you had going on. Like, you popped up as somebody I know, and I wanted to see where the fuck he was working at. Like, nigga, I might ask for a job. Dog, like, so I stopped going on like that. I still get the emails and where it tell you about your friends at job anniversaries, or they got promoted or shit like that. And dog, don't give a fuck. Like, I don't go on it because I'm scared that if I click on the email to look, niggas is gonna see that I looked and they gonna be like, oh, hey, I used to work with you 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, no, I'm straight. Like, leave me alone. Like, the little summer job in high school is over. Like, what are you talking about? So, I don't know. For me, it's easy. Like, ain't nothing
I
called that
guess
bitch
for
off.
me, when I want someone completely out of my life, like I never want to see their face again. So, like the fact that I can't even log on to LinkedIn, but I seen you in your weak ass like blazer or whatever the fuck that shit is. Like that's annoying.
I don't
And
even got my picture in my LinkedIn. It's just my initials. Like, I don't want you to know what I look like. I'm straight.
but who does that? Like do you know how pressed you gotta be to just be like, all right, this bitch.
You really got to be on these motherfuckers' minds for them to be like, what's one? Oh, LinkedIn. I know she got a profile. Yep, let me send a message. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I haven't updated LinkedIn since like 2015.
Oh, it's
So
been years for me. Like before, I don't even know the password. Like I don't know.
I don't know. So girls, earthy hoes, there are crystal dildos out in case you want your vagina to feel like a magical place.
Why didn't use your
Just,
rose quartz and just stick it on up in there? Okay.
I'm just putting that out there because I love toys. So
They're probably expensive as shit. And yeah, it's probably expensive as shit.
I
A
just want to
whole.
have one just to have it. Add
Yeah,
it to
okay.
the collection.
I want to say to use it, bitch. Almost just to have it.
No,
Not me.
not after like not not after the first couple uses. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, and they'll go in the little box.
I cannot deal with you.
I just wanted to put that out there for the earthy hoes.
That's
They have them,
interesting.
and a lot of different, like a lot of different crystals are shaped in such a way. But in my mind, I'm thinking they're really smooth. They're probably really smooth, so it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
it is.
just
Be
throwing that out there.
blessed. Get your energy right in your cooch.
That's all I'm saying. Some
Align
of
the
y'all need
chakras
that.
like your vag.
Some of y'all need to realign down there
Ooh.
in physical and other ways. So I'm here for you.
Energy, all of that. So, Shay's tip of the day: go get y'all a crystal joint,
Yeah.
crystal peen.
I'm going to cop one. I don't know which kind I'm gonna get though. Like if I get amethyst, am I saying that my vagina is depressed? Because it's not.
He's like, it's not.
So, I have to be clear on what I pick
The
for it.
message that you want sent
Yes,
to your
yes.
girl.
You get it. See, you got
Yeah,
you some crystals, so now you
I,
know.
we we communicate. I understand your
Yeah.
language now.
Mm-hmm. Look at us. None of it's like Real Housewives of Atlanta on some kind of like hiatus.
I'm confused because, like, I swear I was gonna come in here and I was like, I don't even know what the fuck shows I'm talking about because I feel like shit that normally be on my DVR for me to watch ain't been there. And I'm like, did I just like are my fucking recordings messed up or like are they not on? So I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then this weekend I didn't watch no TV, so not like that, but
I didn't watch
mm,
anything either. I don't have any TV. I watched Love and Hip Hop the other day.
let's see, what episode was this? Is this I don't
Olivia
know.
is back.
I didn't watch the episode yet
Okay.
because
Well,
that came on what Monday night.
I'm for sure getting Zeus Network this week though.
Yes, I have to. I did watch. I have been watching Love and Hip Hop Miami just because I want to see Jocelyn be reckless and she tickles me so I keep forgetting, but I'm getting Zeus as well because I need to watch this shit and I can catch up on Black China and we could talk about all the ratchet shit.
And Tokyo Tony, her mama, because her mama had a show too.
Oh yeah, she got a show too.
And I haven't been keeping up with Deeces and Mero, so I had went back and I was watching a couple of episodes, and so they were doing a recap of just the trailer for it. Tokyo Tony is ratchet as fuck. She was like, I mean, it's a bunch of niggas coming over here. You know, I ain't had a nigga in 3 years. They was like, hold on, wait. Is this how the trailer starts?
Right.
And then she was just like, because I need some dick in my life. It was just I said, oh no, this is how I'm going to be if I get a divorce and I'm like 60. No.
I can't fucking deal. She said, look, I know what I want and I'm not fucking beating around the bush. Fuck out of here.
But yes, I'm copping that. I need that.
You know what show we literally just stopped watching? Like we was really like hype and then we stopped watching it. The joint, the women's sketch.
Yeah.
Like I was really so excited, like, yo, I can't wait till this shit come out. Whoop de And then I was watching, I was like, whoo, okay, I'm gonna keep trying. Whoo. All right, I'll try one more time. And then eventually I was like,
I watched the whole season, but I was not impressed.
Me neither.
So I don't know. I don't know. Because they have a season 2. They're gonna have one.
Oof.
So
I hope they improve. I hope they take the constructive criticism and improve. I think the joint, because Issa is in this damn movie and she was trying to rush this shit. I was like, I don't know, let's just do this. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm which I want to see that movie. It
I
comes out
did
on
too.
Valentine's Day. It seems really like real cute. I still ain't seen Bad Boys.
They said it's the first Black romantic movie in 20 years. And I was like,
God
no, that can't
damn.
be right. But then when I thought about it, what other Black movie, like
Love and
rom,
Basketball.
that was 2000.
You fucking lie.
That came out in 2000.
I feel old as shit. Oh, good question.
The Best Man came out in 99.
I feel old as shit. What? 99?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Interesting.
I'm thinking of all the Black movies that I've
Like the
seen.
classic Black love stories. I mean, you know, all the little Hallmark joints.
Well, I don't watch that shit.
The little black straight to I won't say straight to DVD, straight to Netflix.
Well, I think they're talking about that's in theaters. I guess that's what they were saying.
I want to say little Nick Cannon joint with Christina Milian. Love Don't
Love Don't
Cost a
Cost a
Thing.
Thing. That was probably like 2001.
Drumline was a love story.
Was it? We're just calling anything love.
I
now.
know we are. Black love over the snare drum, nigga. One bang, one sound. That was my fucking movie. That's when I used to think Nick was fine, bro.
You know that I think we talked about this already, maybe, but you know that Orlando character is out here saying Nick Cannon sucked his dick.
I seen I was say a message. I seen a post about that. But the crazy thing is, like, Nick responded this long ass fucking post, like basically like, y'all niggas is the problem out here laughing at this nigga and this brother need help. Like
He
he's
really
fucking
did.
saying the most outlandish shit. But then Lord Duval commented on Nick's post and was like, nigga, you could have just been like, nigga, shut the fuck up or something. It's like, this is a long ass way to say shut the fuck up or get the fuck out of here. I was like, yo, Lord Duval's an asshole.
I mean, it's the truth. I would have just ignored it because he reminds me of like Raz B when Raz B was online going crazy.
Yeah.
And just saying shit.
Oh, nigga, I need to talk to y'all motherfuckers. So, The Masked Singer. So, my mom was talking about it because she was really into it last season. I didn't watch it until like the last episode, and everybody's trying to fill me in. And pause. And it ended up
69.
Damn, they fine. But the winner ended up being Wayne Brady, and everybody thought that it was Rick Fox because he was a Fox, and I'm like, that's just too obvious. So I was like, you know what? It seems like a lot of people they're into this show, so like maybe I'll take a peek. I haven't, but I will now because I went on the internet and there was a video clip of I guess the first person from this season that got eliminated. And as soon as I heard the person singing, I knew who the fuck it was. But everyone was in fucking disbelief, and I don't fucking know how y'all niggas did not know that robot was Lil Wayne. Like, I need you to get your whole fucking entire life. So I follow Lil Wayne on Instagram, and he had posted, but like, it was more of like the talking and Nick taking off like the robot head and revealing it. They did have his performance. So I was like, wait a minute, Lil Wayne was on this shit? Like, nah, I need to find a fucking performance. My nigga, as soon as I heard that shit, I knew it was Wayne. And it wasn't because I knew who he was, why he was mad. But
you know his voice.
Nigga. And it was people on the fucking judging board that had songs with him, like Robin Thicke and Jamie Foxx. Nick Cannon even looked surprised, like, yo, oh shit. People in the crowd was like, what? I'm like, y'all didn't hear that nigga smoker ass voice? Like, nigga, what are you talking about? That's Wayne. Off the rip. I'm like, come on out the robot. Like, what are you talking about? It's you. Talking about, they thought it was somebody from Jackass, like Johnny Knoxville. I was like, first of all, Wayne's short as shit and Johnny Knoxville is tall. Like, I need y'all to, I don't know if y'all pretending to not know who the fuck these people are, but like, Wayne was a dead giveaway. Like, nigga, I know who the fuck he was.
I don't watch the show, but yeah.
I'm about to watch now because y'all niggas is wild. I'm about to guess all these niggas and I'm not gonna know a lot of them white people though, because I'll be like, who? Even they reveal themselves, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Speaking of Wayne, did you ever finish listening to his long ass album?
Nah, sir.
Are you going to go back?
Yeah, I am, but I haven't finished.
Listen, I'm still just on the first half. It's too much.
Me too. I'm still on the first. I like the little New Orleans bounce beats that they got on some of his songs
See,
though.
I
But
hadn't even gotten to those songs yet.
oh shit.
I only heard them because when we was at the Super Bowl party before it started, they was playing the album, and I was like, "Oh, this must be the song she was talking about." And I
Oh
was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
this joint about." But then I was like, "I'm not about to listen to 24 songs of the same person, especially Lil Wayne. No shade, but this is not Carter 2 Wayne, so I'm good. Be blessed. His little girlfriend, cute though. He got him a
oh, I
little.
ain't seen her.
He got him a little model joint.
Oh,
She
okay.
looked white, but she probably mixed with something. But she's still a
So I
cute girl.
know Wayne needs to cut his dreads because all of them that look like they fell out at the top from wearing hats and shit. Like I need him to like just cut all and start over. Like he can kind of be where Jay-Z is and like just start from the beginning, start it from the bottom that we hear. Because
I
like
have a lot of suggestions for Wayne.
they're only long in the back, pause, and yeah. Oh, speaking of pause, I'm jumping all over the place. So somebody at work.
Oh no.
Because we was talking about Paul's books. Somebody at work was saying, I forgot what we were talking about, but they said that at first they had the thick one. Oh, I know what they was talking about now. They said at first they had the big one, not the thick one. First they had the big one and they had to use two hands, but it was too heavy.
I'm too childish for this.
So then they went down to the little one and all they needed was one hand with that one. I said, woo!
That's not professional, man.
But they were talking about the axes at the axe throwing. But nigga, the whole time that they was saying this story, I was like, oh, the big. Oh, you needed two hands for the big one. Okay, I'm listening. What else? Oh, so the little one you only needed one. Oh, okay.
We need to bring the pause book back because I'm telling you, JT said some flagrant ass shit this past weekend. So when he was like, "Yeah, I gave her all the meat," I was like, "Oh, you gave a dog all the meat."
Sure. $5 penalty.
Bestiality.
Get the fuck out of here.
What's good? Got something to tell me?
We used to be so pressed. Like as soon as somebody would say something, we wouldn't even say anything. We'd just bring out the notepad and start writing. They're like, no. That's not what I meant. Like, nope, nigga. Pause book.
Whole time,
on this date, you say it.
I thought I started later, so I didn't make it into the pause book. But
oh, no, you in there.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, hold on, wait. I said that.
So we used to not think about what the hell we were saying. We would hold each other definitely accountable. Like, oh,
it's so bad now that we just pause shit that don't even need a pause, but it's just
right. Like, I just want to be sure because I don't know. Like, yeah, niggas are childish. So.
Oh, I did read something either today or yesterday though about your girl Monique.
What's she doing?
I just want Oprah to just hug her.
Oh shit! What's going on with her now?
She actually was making some points at first. So I guess Oprah recently did an interview where she was speaking about one of them nasty white men that was out here raping bitches. Mm-hmm. And Oprah basically said, I don't want to focus on the guys. I want us to focus more on the victims.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, Monique says, I'm summarizing, but I find it interesting that when you get on this news outlet and they ask you about a white man, it's, I don't want to focus on him. I want to focus on the victims. But you had no issue with focusing on Russell Simmons. You had no issue with focusing on Michael Jackson. And the only thing I can tell the difference between those situations are their skin color. Ooh. Had she left it there, I'd have been like, well, points were made.
Right.
But then she said, because in my experience, when we were doing the Precious, and I was just like, nigga.
Stop making it about you.
So she started talking about the whole Precious thing again. And I'm like, that movie came out in like 08, 09. Like,
please
I get it. You feel some kind of way. But it kind of, for me personally, it negated the first part of the paragraph because it felt like she really just wanted to get off some more shit about how she felt about the whole Precious thing.
Well, it would have been more impactful
if you just left it where it was at.
Yeah.
So I just want y'all to know that y'all can have points sometimes, but
y'all water that shit down with ignorance.
Yes, and then nobody cares about the points because now you just sound like a crybaby ass bitch.
Exactly.
And I want y'all to do better. And
please,
it's too much.
It's 2020. Do better.
Yeah. That's all I got, girl. Because TV was. Oh, go ahead.
And I'll say it. No, I ain't got shit.
I'm so sorry, listeners, but it's a dry ass week.
It was dry as fuck. Niggas is still in mourning, and we was drunk this weekend. So all those combined, look, we're gonna have a part 2 after we run these polls and shit. Not polls to be confused with what J-Lo was on, but
what did you think of? Did you see?
I didn't see that. I wasn't there, but I seen posts afterwards.
Did you see clips and stuff?
Clips, but I didn't see like everything. Like I heard her daughter was out there, she sang better than her. I saw her on a stripper pole, and then people was upset with what she had on, talking about her and Shakira, which Shakira actually seemed like she was actually very covered, but it was like they could have had on more fucking clothes, and I don't know, it was just
last year
I'm glad
Adam
I missed
Levine took off his whole ass shirt and nobody said anything. The white girls was going crazy, but now because there's some people up there with some hips and they shaking, people are fully mad at this shit, and I'm like, they're entertainers.
And that's what she's been wearing, like when she performs. Like that's what a lot of these performers were. Like nobody gave a fuck to what Cardi was wearing at the after party. Like I guess it just matters who it is, but I don't know. But
that made me
made
me think though, because I feel like most of the women who have performed lately in the last like 10 years wear performance outfits, and those typically are a bit more form-fitting, maybe revealing, I don't know, but they were really upset about that poll. And I watched J-Lo's, she had some YouTube videos when she was when she was rehearsing for that movie where she was a stripper that came out last year. It's like people use the poll as like real exercise.
Fitness.
Because
for real,
you have to use so many muscles for that.
And like it's a lot of strength. You're using abs, legs, arms, back, all that. So like it's a really good. They have pole fitness classes. Like I went to one before with like friends and stuff. So it's like a real thing. But
they act like she went up there and took off clothes. Like, no, it was a little flex just to be like, bitch, I'm 50 and I'm popping, and I can't be mad at that.
I just could only hope that my body could look like that at 50, because at my age, it don't look like that. So, bitch, look.
There are some men at my job that, are of Hispanic descent, don't know exactly where they're from, but they enjoyed that halftime show, honey.
I am sure.
And meanwhile, I was just like, I'm not trying to hate, but I didn't think it was all that. It was okay. It was a lot of dancing.
All right, because that's what she does best.
There was not a lot of words from her.
Because she can't dance really hard and sing live.
So it was cute. It was kudos to her. There's this,
and it was in Miami, so that's cute.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you had to get some
Latin spice.
They make up like 70% of that city or something crazy. So that makes perfect sense. But niggas are mad because in this one part of her performance, she had on a jacket and it had the Puerto Rican flag on one side and the American flag on the other. And they just felt like, that's disrespectful. Like, why would she have that flag on when she's at an American football game? And
because that's her roots. Like, what are you talking about?
Not just that, but there are these things called U.S. territories, and Puerto Rico is one of those. So actually, if you think about it, it's American. I don't know.
It's like having an American flag and then the
Confederate
Maryland flag.
Y'all still use that. Ooh. And the Confederate flag was actually, states trying to separate. But go off, guys. It's cool.
Do you?
It's over. Kansas City Chiefs won.
Shout out to Andy Reid for getting the Super Bowl.
Shout out to Trump for thinking Kansas City was in Kansas.
Dog said
Fucking
that they was
idiot.
a great example for the state of Kansas. I said, sir, I need you to put that fucking phone down and shut the fuck up.
Y'all got this man running y'all states and he don't.
He don't even know.
Nigga.
I hope nobody in Missouri even vote for that nigga after this. Like, nigga, did you say that we was in Kansas?
Woo. All right.
No, they are not even gonna go to the White House. They're like, nah, you ain't even know where the fuck we was at, nigga.
Just an idiot.
I
Anywho,
can't.
you got something for good, bad, and release?
I don't. Good, Andy. Good. I got to see you and get you drunk. Actually, I didn't get you drunk. You got yourself drunk. And Andy Reid won a Super Bowl. Like, I got a special place in my heart for Andy Reid. So I'm hyped for you, as well as the young black quarterback, Mahomes. So congratulations. It's not my team, but you know, if I had to pick one of the two, that's what I was going with. And they won. And it was actually a decent game. So, but bad release, I don't know. My bad ass son. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have nothing.
No. Yeah, I thought you were going to have something, so I would have more time
Have
to
time to
really think about
Look, we'll have
this.
something next episode. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. And we about to get the fuck up on out of here. Y'all be blessed. Y'all complained about our too long episodes, so now we're making them real short. So, like, y'all be blessed. Y'all go ahead and follow us at the Chatty Patties. Bless up. Like, look. Nigga about to be asleep after this. This wine got me tired. Motherfucking tired. Go on Instagram and Twitter and follow us at the Chatty Patties. Go on our Instagram. Go to our link tree, please. Go on that motherfucker, and we have the website which
is over, y'all.
Facts, you can't tell. And it has links to everywhere we're streaming, as well as our website that has the embedded episodes. So if you at work and you trying to find a way to listen, we got everywhere to get you covered, even on YouTube. So yeah, tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We probably gonna have part 2 if we can get some worthy niggas to bring on here to discuss this topic. If not, then I guess we'll be talking about sex next week. So y'all, thanks for tuning in. God bless and good night.
Bye.
Bye.